How's it going, everyone? GSmith624 here, coming at you with another monster of the day. As I said in the last episode, we are going to be looking at Auril once again, this time her second form. Auril's second form, known to her worshippers as the Lady Ice Kiss or the Brittle Maiden, is that of a 10-foot-tall woman of fearsome aspect made entirely of ice and frost. Her eyes burn with a cold blue light and a thin cloak of mist forms around her. Blades of ice grow out of her body in odd angles, breaking off before they get too long. When she moves, her body crackles. In this form, Auril creates weapons of ice with which she combats foes with. These weapons are supernaturally resilient until Auril discards them, upon they break and melt like normal ice. Auril's second form is a large elemental that is neutral evil. Her armor class is 16, getting a +3 to it from her previous form of 13. Hit points are 136, and she loses her fly speed and just only has a walk speed of 30 feet. Her stats are identical to her previous form: a strength of 16, a dex of 16, a con of 21, an intelligence of 24, a wisdom of 26, and a charisma of 28. Her saving throws are exactly the same still, with con and wisdom. And her skills are also the same, being Deception, Insight, Intimidation, and Perception. However, her damage vulnerability has changed. She's no longer vulnerable to radiant damage. In this form, she's vulnerable to fire damage. She is still immune to cold and poison damage, and she is still immune to being charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, and stunned. Once again, she has 120 feet of true sight and dark vision, and a passive perception of 26. She still knows all languages with a telepathy of 1,000 feet, but her challenge rating is now 10. Once again, she has Divine Being, Divine Rejuvenation, 2 more legendary resistances, which she regains if she used them in her previous form, Magical Resistance, and Unusual Nature. Now we come into where things start to get different. Her actions. Instead of having claw attacks now, she has either a Morning Star attack or an Ice Dart attack. She has multi-attack still, but her Ice Morning Star can either hit twice, or her Ice Darts can hit 3 times. The Ice Morning Star has a +7 to hit with a reach of 5 feet. On hit, it does a d8 +3 piercing damage plus 2d8 cold damage. As for the Ice Dart, it has a +7 to hit, a range of 20 feet normally, and 60 feet disadvantage. And if it hits, it does 1d4 +3 piercing damage, plus an additional d6 of cold damage. She also has a single cast of Cone of Cold, and it's a DC 21 Constitution saving throw. Whoever fails takes 8d8 cold damage, and half as much on a success. On top of this, she also can create Ice Mephites. She can create 3 of them a day. She breaks an icicle off of her body and hurls it into an unoccupied space she can see within 20 feet of her, where it magically transforms into an Ice Mephite. See its entry in the monster manual. The Mephite acts immediately after Auril in the initiative order and obeys her commands. And then also she has Ice Stasis, probably one of the most unique abilities she has here. Ice Stasis makes it so Auril can create a gem-sized ice crystal that hovers in a space within 5 feet of her. She then targets a creature that she can see within 60 feet of the crystal. The target must succeed on a DC 21 Charisma saving throw, or become trapped in the crystal, which is immovable. If the saving throw succeeds, the crystal shatters and nothing else happens. Creature trapped in the crystal is stunned, has total cover against all attacks and other effects outside the crystal, and takes 6d6 cold damage at the start of each of its turns. The creature can repeat its saving throw at the end of each of its turns, freeing itself on a success. The creature is also freed if the crystal is destroyed. It is considered a tiny object that is always within 5 feet of Auril. It has an AC of 18 and a 9 hit points, and is also immune to all damage types except for fire. The freed creature appears in an unoccupied space of its choice within 30 feet of the shattered crystal. Now, Ice Stasis can be used multiple times if you roll well, as it has a recharge of 5 and 6, in addition to that, it is not concentration, so Auril can trap multiple people at once with it. Finally, we have her legendary actions. She has 3 points a turn. She has her attack. She can make one weapon attack, either her Ice Morningstar or her Ice Dart. She has Ice Flurry, which is just a guaranteed 2d4 damage to anyone within 30 feet of her. There is no save. She does not have to roll to hit. It automatically just does the damage. And there is Splinter, which costs 3 points. Auril uses Create Ice Mephit or causes 1 Ice Mephit she can see within 60 feet of her to explode and die. The Mephit that dies in this way does not use its Death Burst. Instead, a creature within 10 feet of the exploding Mephit must succeed on a DC 21 Dexterity saving throw, taking 3d8 piercing damage on a failed save, and half as much on a successful one. And that is Auril for you folks, the second form. We have one last form to go, and I hope to see you tomorrow for it. Farewell.